In order for a woman to feel safe in a relationship, she needs to feel a sense of stability. She needs to feel that she's secure and that she's safe. As a man, you can do a lot of things to help create that sense of security and to be her rock. That's what we're going to be talking about today. What does it mean to be a rock for someone? If we imagine what a rock is, imagine even a mountain. It's something that is stable. It's something that's firm. It's something that's grounded. It doesn't move. It has a sense of heaviness. And it doesn't change. It's stable in its unchangedness. So there's a sense of equanimity, which means that it's not affected so much by the ups and downs of life, but it remains firm and stable. And these are the types of qualities which are really valuable for a man to develop in himself. If you are a man, then this is something you can work on. How do you deal with life's challenges? How do you respond when things get stressful? Do you get overwhelmed? Do you retreat? Do you get afraid? Do you hide? Do you get annoyed and angry and lash out? Or are you able to deal with it, to cope with stress? And this ability to cope with stress, with life's triggers, with the difficulties that we face, and we all will face difficulties in our journey, the way that we are able to deal with it determines how stable we are emotionally and physically and in all ways. She needs someone that's stable, that's not able to be pushed around, that's not able to be pushed over. She wants to lean in to you. She wants to lean on you. You can become that support. You can become that safe place for her. You can become that stable being that she's able to rely on and rest in. That really will create a sense of safety for her and allow her to open up and to surrender to you and let go of her worries, her fears. And then she really blooms. Then you can see the relaxed, fun, gentle parts of her emerge. Otherwise, she still feels afraid. She feels stressed. She feels like she can't depend on you, like she can't rest in you. In practical terms, how does this look? One of the important things is honesty. Are you honest? Do you lie? Can she depend on you in that way that when you speak, when you express yourself, are you going to tell the truth? Or do you make excuses? Do you beat around the bush? Do you not give clear answers? She doesn't want that wishy-washy energy. She doesn't need someone that's like a jellyfish that just bends to her will. You need to be strong and firm in yourself, in your own decisions. If she can feel that stability, it means that she feels safe because she knows that out in the world, you won't bend to the outside forces which may be dangerous for both of you, but you're able to offer security and protection. Are you afraid yourself? And if you are, how do you deal with that fear? Are you afraid of losing her? Do you compromise your own values in order to not lose her? Is truth more valuable to you than your relationship? If it is, then she'll know that you have standards, that you have a backbone. When you say no, do you really mean it? Or is she able to push beyond that? Do you always cave into her demands? Is it so important for you that she's always happy that you would compromise what you know is right just to please her? Are you a people pleaser? Or are you able to stand by what is true and what is the right decision? These are all things which she notices and she'll be paying attention to. And oftentimes she'll be testing you, either consciously or unconsciously. She wants to see how strong you are in many aspects. But primarily, how strong you are emotionally, how you deal with her, how you deal with when she reveals something with her own insecurities, when she wants to talk about a subject which is difficult for you, when she brings up something that she knows has been a trigger point for you in the past. You know, when she speaks about other relationships or other people or about money or work or health issues or whatever issues she knows that you feel insecure about. Women have a way to push those points, to find those secret insecurities and keep pressing those points until we deal with them in some way. She wants to know that we are secure, even though we may be struggling, even though we have areas of our lives in which we are still working on. She wants to know that you're not going to freak out about it, because she wants to feel that strength. She wants you to be the rock that she can lean into. And if she feels that you're afraid, that you can't cope with life, you can't cope with reality, she's not going to feel safe. She needs to feel that safety. It's much more important for her than it is for you. In a reversed way, you don't need to be leaning into her. You don't need to be crying on her lap. You don't need to be pouring out your emotions and leaning on her as if she was the rock. This sort of behavior is very unattractive, and it leads to a depolarization of the relationship. If you make her your rock, if she's the strong one that holds space for your emotions and your fears, then she will eventually lose interest in you. She will lose attraction. Are you her rock physically? Are you strong enough to protect her if need be? Are you strong enough to help her with carrying heavy things? Or is she physically stronger than you? This is also an area you can work on, you can develop within yourself as a gift to yourself, as a gift to her. That physical strength is a gift to the world. You're able to do more with that power, with that strength. So we're talking about emotional strength, we're talking about physical strength. We're also talking about mental strength, about your mind, about what you're able to cope with mentally as well. Part of her is always conscious of you, of your reactions, and those subtle reactions that you may believe that she doesn't see. She pays attention to a lot of it. She's able to pick up a lot more than what we are as men. She's very aware. And her radar is always on the lookout for weakness. She's trying to see if she can lean in on you, if you can be that rock, and if there are pockets of weakness in you, in different aspects of your being. It doesn't mean you have to be fully strong in every single aspect, but if there are aspects which are weak in that, she will continue touching those spots, and then she will see how you react. And if you react in an immature way, if you have a tantrum, if you act childish, that sort of behavior will heighten her insecurity. It will cause her to stress and to be afraid. And that's not what we want. We want her to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel like she can rest in you. So that's the challenge to men. It's to run towards what you're afraid of, to deal with the aspects that you're avoiding. What have you been avoiding? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of losing her? Are you afraid that you won't be able to provide for her? Whatever areas that fear is still there, are you able to be honest about it? She'll see through any masks. If you are not honest and if you don't give her that honesty, she'll be able to see that. You know, it's better to be honest than to pretend that you are something that you're not. This seeking for safety that she does, this constant need to feel secure and to feel stable, to feel your strength, it's not something that will ever end. It will always be there as part of her. There's no end point to this. There's no point where you can convince her that now it's okay. It will be an ongoing journey. But if you're able to create more of that for her to rest in that, then you'll see the beautiful parts of her really blooming. She will feel more safe to express how she really feels. And that's what we want. We want her to really open up, to share her gifts, to share who she is with you, and to bring more vulnerability and intimacy. If you're able to win that trust by showing her that you are strong in these ways and passing those tests, then you will be able to see those beautiful aspects of her really blossom, and it's worth it.